everybody. Sorry, having technical difficulties as usual. Is this gay enough for everybody? Drink water, Holly. Do you know, we sat down and I didn't have my water bottle and I said people are going to tell me to drink. Use a reusable water bottle. I've been hinting at Paige to get me one for months, but
I don't have money.
To no avail.
Send us money. No, just kidding.
Paige!
I'm kidding!
Don't listen to her.
I'm joking.
You're a dick. I like your shirt, Holly. Thank you. I got it for Christmas. My mum got it for me. It's even tucked in like full lumberjack style, so I'm gay beyond belief today. Hick Holly. Let's go with that. People are calling me Hick, baby. I knew I should award this.
Stop it. You're cute, Hick. Somebody asked us if we had still given up on our McDonald's for the year.
Ooh. Do you want to tell them?
We may or may not have done the chicken nugget challenge as an exception
to the rule.
But
it more so put us off McDonald's forever.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't it? It put me
almost.
Off. But you okay. Here's one. What's the best way to come out and tell my parents about my girlfriend? We took very different approaches because we're from very different families.
Yeah, so I guess it would depend on how your parents are with things. I would say Holly came from less of, still strict. That's not the right word.
No, my parents aren't strict.
Okay, then maybe that is the word. So my parents are very, very strict. And for me, I found the best way for me to talk to them was through a letter. I wrote a letter to them. That way I could get everything I wanted to say. I knew if I did it in person, I would be way too emotional to be able to handle that. And I wouldn't have said all the points that I felt were really important. For me, that was the best way. I handed my mom the letter and then she showed my dad and then we were able to talk about it after. But at least I had the stress off of me, like making sure I had all these points that I had to say, like they were all out there. She could reread them. She could over time learn to understand them, both my parents. Whereas you didn't do it through a letter. Yours was just direct.
No, I sat them down. Yeah, I was just very direct. I said, I'm seeing someone, which alone shocked them. And I said, I'm seeing someone I really care about, and her name is Paige. And they're just like, oh, and they took a second and they just asked me about her. So it totally depends. I was never worried about them treating me any differently or anything like that. It was just more so uncomfortable to have to sit down and then explain your sexuality to somebody. But that's the way life is right now, so you just got to do it. But I think you're more so in the position to help people.
But you can, Holly, just because you had a different situation doesn't mean you can't help people.
I found like my coming out video is more so about coming out to yourself, not parents.
But that's just as important.
I agree. This is generalizing, but I find a lot of people, the last hurdle to get over is coming out to family. And that's what a lot of people struggle with the most. Yeah. But it depends where you come from and your background.
It totally depends. But yeah, if you don't feel comfortable talking to them in person, just know there are other options. I still don't regret my decision of writing my letter. Like that is still something I'm really happy I did. And I feel like I got every emotion I wanted to say, every point I wanted to make, every possible thing I got out.
A good point to sort of drive home is your parents have probably seen you or just assumed straight since you were born. And then you coming out to them could probably change a lot of the expectations or hopes they had for you. Because I think some parents, depending on how they were brought up, when they hear gay, they think no wedding, no kids, some of that just dissipates in their mind. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, instead of just thinking about the conversation in front of them, they think of the long term. So the more you can explain yourself and how you're feeling and how long you've been this way and that you're not a different person, stuff like that, the more background info you can give to them, the better. Because you can't just be like, I'm gay, deal with it, or bye. Like, it's not that simple for them. You shouldn't have to do it, but it's also not fair to expect them to, in a click of a finger, just be like, great.
You have to think about the amount of time you spent coming out to yourself and taking that time in your head to process it. So, and imagine them having literally just 2 seconds, that first moment, and then suddenly having to react to that. So first reactions aren't everything, and I know it's going to seem like it at the time, but in almost all situations, like, it does get better. I know for me and my family, very religious, very Catholic, very strict. So if they can come around with my parents, I swear to God, anybody could come around.
Does your family watch your videos? Yes. Yes and yes. Mm-hmm. It's really nice, actually.
Yeah. Your parents watch like every week on like the TV and stuff. It's so
they get together and have like a little party.
No. But yeah, no, very supportive.
It's nice to feel support, but it also acts as like a moral compass because whatever we put out there, we know our families are going to watch, right? So we do not produce or put out anything that we wouldn't want our families to see.
Yeah.
So it is nice to have that in the back of our head.
Yep.
Do you guys feel comfortable showing affection around family? At first, like start of relationship, no. In my own house, when Paige was around me, I would be the one to like grab her hand to hold, you know, because it's sort of, she's not going to do that with my parents watching. Just like when I was at hers, it's sort of respect for the parents. You're not grabbing on their kids so much. But now I feel a lot more comfortable. I was always comfortable in my own house. But I feel comfortable like grabbing your hand first or giving you a hug or whatever in your house now.
Yeah, took a little time, but all good.
Where do we want to be in 10 years?
I'd love to be rich. I'd love to be married to you, living in a like nice house.
Yeah.
Financially stable. Mm-hmm. Have a good job that we love. Yes. Hopefully still be doing YouTube. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I want to make a difference. That's like a huge thing for me, so.
I enjoy my work, but it's not necessarily like fulfilling, you know? I'm not like jumping out of bed every day and being like, yeah, accounting. But YouTube, I do feel like I'm making even a small impact, but that's more important to me than work.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like the amount of love and support we get is like, people could be like, oh, I love you. That doesn't mean as much as someone saying, you helped me with this. Like, thanks to you, this happened. I managed to come out. Like, that sort of stuff. Yeah. Everything means a lot, of course, and we love you guys right back. But to hear that something we did helped someone,
it's very rewarding.
Very rewarding. Because if that one view helped someone, then that's what we're doing it for.
Completely agree.
Paige, I'm addicted to your eyes. Heart Queen 39. Do you want to die?
Call me Heart Queen 99. What, these old things? Oh, let me just reach on over here.
So annoying. Do you need this? You seem thirsty.
Ooh, girl, you quick.
Hit Holly about to throw down. Watch out. Holly's eyes are better. Thanks, Izzy. Let me just read this question.
They are better though. They're very nice.
Have you guys seen any of your fan videos? Yes.
Yeah.
We do. And we send them to our families too, by the way.
I know. And they're so cute. I love them.
Whatever ones we've seen, we usually comment on, or people have sent us directly on Instagram, and we always comment back. We love them. We absolutely. Yeah. It's so crazy to like think that people took the time to make them, but it means so much.
Yeah. We actually, this kind of brings us into a couple questions we had. We want you guys to be honest. If this is something you're not interested in, that's totally fine.
Yeah.
So, as you guys know, Holly and I are really into the finance and business side of things. And pretty much, I think we'd have an end goal to start another channel specifically for that type of thing. But again, that's looking way into the future. But how would you guys feel if we ever did a video
about like personal finances, money, taxes, investments.
Dealing with even money we make on YouTube, like what we would do with our money.
Being very transparent about what money. I agree.
But we put 50 cents here and the debt we just set to the side. If it's nothing that you guys really care about, that's totally cool and we get it. But we kind of want to share our passion, even if it's just like in a video or two.
I think it's important for young people to sort of get ahead, and our background knowledge covers everything to do with money.
We won't do a million videos on it, but we try and keep it fun and interesting because we know not everybody loves dealing with money and finances and stuff, but something
people seem really interested, which makes us really happy because we're very passionate about it, and it's something that I don't think is talked about enough, or if it is, it's very dry. I really feel like we could make it our own.
Yeah.
Cool.
Agreed.
Oh, that's made me so happy.
That's awesome. Thanks, guys.
Finally, hot teachers.
Yes! Here we are.
When is the wedding? Long time away.
Yeah. Emotionally, marry Holly the second. Financially, we cannot afford to do that unless we just went to frickin' Vegas and bada boom, bada bing. But you deserve better than that because I want it to be perfect and she deserves the best. So
it's beautiful.
All in due time.
I've never once thought like, oh, Paige is amazing, I want to marry her, but I just wish I could sleep with someone else. I've never thought that. But I've been with other people that I've thought like, oh, this could go somewhere, but then went out with friends and been like, oh, I wonder what it would be like single right now. But that thought has never crossed my mind with you. I mean that.
Yeah, no.
But I think that's a sign in itself.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, you talk about how to be confident and out with your girlfriend in public. Paige and I started dating at different stages of our journey of being out and proud and confident. I came out a month before we actually officially started dating.
Yeah.
So my first times out in public with a girl were with Paige, where Paige was out and you had been in public with past girlfriends.
Yeah.
You know, for years before me. Paige would sort of grab my hand in public and my whole body would like tense up. I was very nervous, and slowly but surely I've gotten a lot better. But it's all comes from within. There's nothing you can say or do that's going to change the people around you. It's mostly perception that makes you more confident. Nothing's different. Like, you still grab my hand, and from now to 2 years ago, my conception of it is completely different.
Yeah, you just get, over time, you get more comfortable, and you know that person's going to have your back. If anything happens, you're in it together. You're not by yourself. And you kind of have to know your surroundings to make sure, never do it in a place where you're going to feel unsafe. Like, you don't want to put yourself in a bad position. Unfortunately, that's a thing still, but hopefully moving forward, eventually that's no longer a thing. But
yeah, safety first and trust your partner. And if you're with someone, if you're Paige and dating someone like me who is new and out, just be respectful of their boundaries too. You don't want to push someone out the closet. So they will come around, but give them that chance to do so.
Well said.
Thank you. I feel like we're a good duo for this because we came from very different backgrounds.
Yeah.
And our timelines are very different. Someone says,
you guys can talk to us.
Look at these two beautiful chopsticks. Yes.
Why are we wait, what?
Remember?
Oh, your thing. Yes. I got you. I'm just a little slow.
How can you tell if a femme is a lesbian? Very, very hard.
Yeah.
How would...
Not an easy thing.
What would you say?
I would bring up things that gay people know.
Yeah. RuPaul's Drag Race.
Yep. Talk about shows that, like, pretty classic. Like
music. Hayley Kiyoko. Does she know her?
Bring things up like that, and if they are responsive, it could be a sign. Not always, but could be.
There's no way to tell because there's also people that may look gay but aren't, you know? So in the end of the day, it's about communication, as everything is.
Yep. Drop
hints and see, because I feel like if they know you're out,
I was gonna say,
they might act differently too.
Yeah, if you're not out to them, it might be a good idea to
come out somehow.
Maybe, and see how their reaction is.
Say I was attracted to Paige and I didn't know if she was gay or straight, and it came out that I was gay or straight. You, being a gay woman, would act differently to me.
Yeah.
AKA, she'd flirt her socks off.
Hell yeah, I would.
I met up with a friend and I said, she's like, oh, like, is this place good? Because we're from this small town. As long as I don't wear my rainbow cape, I'll be fine. Making a joke. And then she's like, oh, I'll change my outfit too. And I was like, holy shit, I had no idea. But she like let me know that way. But I sort of put it out there first, you know? So anything like that, let them know where you stand, and then you'll see after that. Someone says, you two are so much like the roses. That is the biggest compliment we could ever receive. We love them.
What's the furthest you guys have lived away from each other while dating? Not that far.
No, an hour and 45?
Yeah, almost 2 hours. And that was not for too long. Okay, why don't you tell them about where we lived? Well, not actually where we lived. But I have to pee really quick.
Yeah, no, so we met in university, but then in the summer when we were still together, we moved back home. But now I bought my own place and I'm much closer to Paige than what I was. What's your favorite thing to do for dates? I like doing things together. And right now, I'm in sort of a different stage in my life. Before, I like going to restaurants and doing this and doing that. But now I like cooking together.
Yeah, me
and
too.
Like watching TV with like a show that we're both really into. That's my thing. I know that sounds really old, but
I like that too.
It's the truth.
Nice. It's just doing chill, like, real life things. It's just nice.
Even going to, like, the grocery store with you.
Yeah, it's
I
still
really
fun.
enjoy.
Date someone that makes the grocery store fun.
How did you guys come out to the rest of your family? We did it sort of person by person. There was no, like, big
it's not like we sat them all down and like, hello all, we are the gays.
No, my mum told my grandparents. I think she was worried about what they might say or react. So she wanted to take the brunt of it first and sort of lay down the law saying, if you're not going to be okay with this, then bye. So she did that for me, but the rest, like, I came out to the people that I was more close to in my family, and then the rest of it sort of got through the grapevine.
Yeah.
Surprise!
I know what mine was like too. They just all eventually found out.
Yeah. Do you have nicknames for each other? Not really.
Bubba?
Got, like, pet names.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bubba.
Bubs and Bubba is a big one.
But like, you don't call me, like, Holes. You don't really call me Holly either. You don't really use my name.
Holly sometimes, just not.
I like when you use my name.
Holly.
Yeah. What's your favorite personality trait about each other?
Holly's confidence. That's my number one. There's a lot of qualities I like about you, but that is probably my favorite one.
Mine changes about you a lot, because first instinct's like sense of humor, but you're also very, very driven individual. But I don't think we could be with someone that wasn't driven, either of us.
No, I don't think so.
Have you ever been insulted in public because you're gay? I haven't experienced homophobia in public, at least not verbal or physical. It's more so like looks and stares. Nothing as direct as a comment. But I think you have, haven't you?
Oh, that wasn't me. That was my group. My group. Yeah, okay. Then technically, yes. But not as a couple. We haven't had any issues really. Not besides when we're at like a bar and we're dancing and stuff, and like guys, guys will be really gross to us. Very annoying and unfortunate and makes no sense.
But it's not homophobic as in like hate. It's like gross,
disrespect,
sexualized, disrespectful, that sort of thing.
That happens quite frequently at a straight bar.
Yeah, well, we haven't really
usually
been back
try not to go to
since.
one just because we definitely do have a lot of issues there.
Yeah,
which sucks because like a lot of our friends are straight, so it's like which bar do we go to for the friends or to not
safety?
Yeah.
Friends or safety.
Oh, and you guys gotta watch Holly's editing too. She's awesome.
Thanks, Bubba. Yeah, no, great. A huge soft spot for this one. So yeah, we'll catch you tomorrow. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.